Welcome to Just My 2 cents. No slogans, no sides, just my take. You won't believe what she does.
Just making things up. Pearl, what are you doing? Like, seriously. Next question.
I want to be clear about something. This clip contains moments that go beyond heated debate and cross into territory that should never be normalized, regardless of ideology. You can argue hard, you can argue passionately, but there are lines that, once crossed, invalidate everything else you say. And unfortunately, this clip crosses a few of them.
Well, I had the very special experience of debating Hannah Pearl Davis at Word War Debate, and it was something. Now, she froze up for a few minutes at a time. She didn't have any citations to, back up her claims. She was kind of stomped, if you ask me, Cenk. But maybe I'm reading things inaccurately. What are your thoughts?
The first thing that stood out to me is the framing of this as a victory, like someone got destroyed, curb stomped, or humiliated. If your goal in a debate is to embarrass someone instead of clarify ideas, you're not persuading, you're performing. Strong arguments don't need victory laps. They don't need mockery. They don't need an audience cheering while someone else is diminished. That kind of tone tells me this wasn't about truth. It was about dominance.
But I actually did feel bad for Pearl, and I'm not looking to, have our audience make fun of her. I'm not looking to make fun of her on the show. Like, she lost the debate. It was embarrassing enough. I was going to move on. But immediately after she shook my hand, said good debate, and she appeared to be a good sport about it, she then went on to mock my husband.
Wait, what? Just why?
Because I talked about how feminism allowed me the economic freedom to marry a man for love and not because I'm looking for someone to financially take care of me. Started calling him a loser and all this nonsense, and just tons of various posts on X. And I'm like, oh, you want to keep playing? All right, I'm down to play.
Once personal lives get dragged in, marriages, income, intelligence, the argument is already over. You don't prove your worldview by insulting someone's partner or their financial status. That's not confidence. That's insecurity dressed up as swagger. And what's ironic is that the people who do this usually claim they're just being logical. Logic doesn't need humiliation.
And so here are some highlights from the debate.
Do you believe in alimony?
I believe in alimony in specific cases where the woman decided to forego having a career and working, decided to stay home and raise the kids. In those cases, I believe she deserves alimony, yes.
But that's a privilege.
Well, that's a hot take.
You're ridiculous. Next, move on.
You said it's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous, especially coming from a girl who grew up in an affluent situation with incredibly wealthy parents. You don't know anything about struggling economically or financially.
This went left fast.
So to tell a single mother who decided to stay home and raise her children instead of work that she doesn't deserve a penny to raise her kids after a divorce is the most privileged piece of thing to say.
That's wild.
This is the type of nagging that drives men to suicide.
Good. But I'm married and you're not, so next.
Jesus Christ.
Now we need to pause here, because there is a moment in this clip that should have stopped everything. A comment is made that references self-harm. I'm not going to repeat it. I'm not going to paraphrase it. And I'm not going to play it again. This isn't about being sensitive. This is about responsibility. Language like that doesn't exist in a vacuum. People watching these clips have real lives, real struggles, and real scars. And when you use self-harm, even sarcastically, even as a joke, even as a rhetorical device, you're not being edgy. You're being careless.
So I want to be clear about something. I didn't hear the part where she says nagging that drives men to suicide. So the suicide part I didn't hear, but I said good to her complaining about me nagging. I mean, these people, this woman is just, she lives in La La Land.
What really bothers me is the response afterward, the claim that it wasn't hurt. I'm sorry, but that explanation doesn't sit right with me. This wasn't whispered. This wasn't subtle. This wasn't ambiguous. And even if you somehow missed it in the moment, once it's pointed out, the correct response is accountability, not dismissal. If you're willing to own the applause, the viral clips, and the win, then you also own the moments that went too far. So I want to ask you watching this, do you buy the "I didn't hear it" explanation? Or do you think this was brushed off because acknowledging it would have ruined the narrative? Let me know in the comments, because I genuinely think that part matters.
So I brought an example of the judicial system being incredibly unfair to women, and everyone thought, no, this is the third rail. Take a look. Do you think it's fair that all of the young women who were preyed upon as minors by Jeffrey Epstein are now experiencing yet another administration engaging in a cover-up?
She woke up and chose chaos.
Or was it the female's fault for being preyed upon by a disgusting pedophile? I'm just curious.
What kind of question is that?
I think it's a pretty straightforward one.
There's also a moment involving extremely serious crimes that should have shut this conversation down immediately. No ideology, no statistic, no worldview gets to dance around accountability when it comes to harm like that. The casualness here was disturbing, and it should concern anyone watching, regardless of where they stand politically.
Things went so poorly for Pearl that she apparently considered physically assaulting me. Let's take a look at that.
There was a point where I did want to throw hands. I'm not going to lie. She's like 5'1". And I thought about it.
I was not ready for that.
I thought about it. I'm like, you can talk like this to men, but I'm bigger than you. I could body you. Do you know what I mean? I'm like,
Some thoughts should stay thoughts.
yeah, I don't know. She was a little ghetto, you know. I know I was too polite.
I can be a little ghetto. I will co-sign onto that, but I don't think I was being ghetto on that stage. I mean, she's the one who's on camera right now talking about wanting to throw hands. Like, what?
Yeah. When you zoom out, what you're really seeing isn't strength. It's cruelty being rewarded. Aggression gets applause. Mockery gets clicks. Dehumanization gets framed as owning someone. But none of that actually moves the conversation forward. It just lowers the bar for what we're willing to tolerate.
But let's see how the analysts thought I did. Take a look.
I think whatever opinion you have on the topic, that was an absolute bloodbath.
I thought Pearl did great. I think that.
You think she won?
Well, you know what I noticed going on over there? Anna doesn't have kids. Pearl has a kid.
Wait, what?
And Anna was doing this like masculine thing where she was being really, vociferous and attacking Pearl. And Pearl had this sort of like calm.
Why are
where
we
she's like,
infantilizing Pearl?
Women who've given birth are better than women who haven't given
Pearl have
birth.
a child?
I was not ready for that.
Anna is aping male characteristics. She's getting super aggressive and attacking like a weird little pit bull that's mimicking male behavior.
Bro woke up and chose chaos.
Everyone knows that was painful. And the reality is, it sucks for Pearl. You know, it's tough coming out here and trying to be a debater.
Well, she's taking on, let's face it, one of the Michael Jordans of debating.
Yeah.
Damn right.
Oh, I love that comment. I loved it.
Me too.
You can disagree fiercely without losing your humanity. You can debate hard without normalizing threats, cruelty, or reckless language. And if your win requires ignoring lines that should never be crossed, then it wasn't a win at all. That's just my 2 cents. Like, subscribe, and drop your 2 cents in the comments, especially on that self-harm moment. I want to hear what you think.